She's got like 4 of her friends are bridesmaids, but the bride is just being a total bridezilla. And like they're all revolting right now, thinking like maybe we need to leave this whole thing. And she's wondering if she should go or not, or should she tell the bride what's going on? How do you handle it?
I find myself in a bit of a dilemma and I need some advice. There is a girl in my friend group, let's call her Jane, who is getting married soon. To be honest, Jane and I have never been close, and I can't say that I particularly like her. However, we run in the same circles, and I tolerate her. From what I've heard, Jane has been acting like a complete bridezilla, and it's causing problems with the other girls in our friend group who are supposed to be in her wedding party. 4 girls in our group are part of Jane's wedding party. They are apparently all angry and over it, and they're seriously considering dropping out of the wedding party if Jane doesn't change her behavior. I can't say that I blame them. From what I've heard, Jane has been making ridiculous demands, causing drama, and generally being a nightmare to deal with. I understand that weddings can be stressful, but this is beyond that. I know I'm getting the info third hand, but from what I know about Jane, I'm not finding any of it hard to believe. Now here's where I need advice. As much as I don't particularly like Jane and can believe she's been awful, I think what the others are planning to do is just wrong. They are so annoyed by her that they are almost looking to get some type of revenge. Instead of just backing out now, they plan to wait until the very last minute just to screw her over. I'm torn because it isn't my drama. I'm not a part of this at all. So part of me thinks I should just stay out of it and watch the drama unfold. That said, I also feel like it's not fair to Jane. If I were to give her the benefit of the doubt, I would assume she might be acting even worse because of stress. Maybe she doesn't realize how her behavior is affecting others, or maybe she does, but she can't control it. I've been wondering if I should say something to Jane and give her a heads up, but if what they plan to do is justified, then I'm afraid that if I intervene, it will cause a huge rift in our friend group, and I don't want that either.
Well, there's going to be a huge rift in the friend group anyway. What a bunch of mean girls it sounds like. I'm going to the bride, man. At least having a talk with her and saying something about it. Just this whole calculating on how to screw her over at her own wedding or right before the wedding. That's just some mean girl behavior there, man. I don't know what happened to these girls, but that ain't right at all. Yeah, I think I'm busting this thing up and going right to the bride, right?
Yeah, it's tough to say what if it's justified when we don't know what she's doing. And it's like hard because I can't determine if what she's doing is on purpose or not. But I would probably go to her, and I don't think I would reveal exactly what was going to happen, but I would definitely let her know she probably needs to talk to some of the people in her group because they might not be happy about her behavior. And I would let her take it from there.
Because these are supposed to be like your closest friends. We're talking about your bridesmaids here, right?
Yeah, that's why it's surprising to me that this is a really egregious, like, friend betrayal. It's one thing to drop out of a wedding because the bride's a bridezilla, protect your mental health, but to deliberately screw over your friend who you're close enough with to be in their wedding, that must mean Bride Jane did something truly awful to one of them, or they're just an awful group of friends. I mean, either way, I would distance myself from the entire group.
I can't think of anything that might have been so bad that all the girls are like, oh my God, let's really screw her over here. I mean, maybe she's been a pain in the ass with logistics and details and being particular, and maybe it has been a hassle, but to get together and say, let's ruin her wedding week?
Yeah, it feels like you would just sit her down and talk to her, like as a group. That's what they need to do. This is like one of the most important nights for someone, and you're going out your way to make it one of the worst without telling them. That feels like there's nothing to justify that.
Yeah, and don't worry about breaking up this friend group. The friend group's already broken up. I mean, they're together, but they're broken up.
Well, you want to be friends with people like that who would screw over your other friend? And then do you want to be friends with a bride like Jane? Like, the only thing I can think of is she's laying into their appearances. Like, you need to lose 20 pounds before my wedding. You need to grow your hair out. You can't wear that. That is the only thing I can think of is those personal attacks where they feel like it's personal bags.
It's jacked up, man.
It is.
I'm going to the bride in some way, shape, and form and going, I just want to let you know what's going on.
The Bert Show.